I'm Daniel, and this is my podcasting friend, Mykayla.
Hello.
And we are telling the story of the greatest murderer of all time. Enjoy the podcast. On a dark and stormy night, a big group of friends are riding like they're kings in a jet black limo while having a festive time. The inside of the limo looked a bit like a mini apartment. There was a candy dispenser, but mainly there was a jumbo drink dispenser, which was nearly drunk dry. The seats were made of fine leather and made the inhabitants feel as if they were home. I, Daniel, was wearing a nice blue suit with a red necktie to go with it. I recently married Fommy, a nice girl who just adores wearing pink dresses. I was sweating with anxiety, so I just drank more water to calm myself down. My friends Hudson, Mykayla, Vance Wigglesworth, Clocky Tommy, Franklin or Frank, Laptophicus, Old Man Joe, and Delila LaRue were all meeting at the fancy restaurant Colac to celebrate my and Fommy's wedding. They were all wearing the same as me, a boring blue suit with the same old necktie. Although Vance Wigglesworth's suit looked as if he had spilled something on it, like tomato sauce.
Hey, Daniel, thanks for getting married so we can have this awesome party at Colic's restaurant in Port Adelaide. If only you could have chosen a better time of the week for this. I hate Mondays.
I don't mind, but I still cannot quite understand why you wanted to marry Fommy. That girl at cross country trial seemed really interested in you.
Guys, just leave me alone and just keep singing.
Okay.
Talk.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Has anyone noticed that we've been sitting in the car waiting to get inside for 5 minutes? It is taking forever.
Yes, I know, but it's a long drive and this is a very busy restaurant. The car finally arrived at Colac and the festive people slugged out of the shiny limo. When the people slumped into the marvellous restaurant, they instantly felt a feeling of warmth from the nearby fire in the far corner. The restaurant had a feeling of belonging, from the kind-hearted waiters that looked like penguins to the red carpeted floor that was as soft as a pillow. Hey, we arrived at the table finally. Look, everyone is here, even the crazy bride lady. What's her name? Fommy.
Can I just say that I'm so happy that we could all make it here today, and I hope you all have a good night at this marvellous place. I hope you like pizza because we're ordering crispy pepperoni pizzas for dinner.
To the newly wedded couple, cheers!
Cheers!
Since Fommy got up, I would like to say that we should all live life like it's the last day, like when me and Frank went to the water park and nearly fell off.
Hey, I remember that.
Huh. I remember when Daniel was younger and he used to eat the side of the table. I still see the little nibble marks. Clocky then told the worst joke ever. Probably had one drink too many. Hey guys, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef! Pizza had finally arrived, but I was sneaky, so I snuck in some jalapenos while everyone was saying grace.
Let's eat the food now.
Daniel and Frank took a bite out of our pizzas and we're fine. But then everyone else took a bite and they went screaming.
Milk!
Milk!
Give us milk!
What's their problem?
Could you probably use some more spices on this pizza? All was well for the minute, except for the crowd of screaming people with their tongues literally on fire. But then 5 people went to the bathroom, all at the same time. It was suspicious, but who cared? Everyone's too busy laughing their heads off because Daniel was so festive he started to do the worm in the middle of a nice family dinner. But as everyone enjoys the party, a person in a black cloak flies in. Get out! Everyone then went screaming out of the building. As the cloaked figure ran to Daniel, Daniel couldn't make it because he had a ginormous cramp in his leg from doing the worm. There was a giant strike of lightning and a deafening, bone-chilling scream. Ah! Everyone rushed back inside the building, only to scream again. Ah! They saw Daniel lying on the floor. He had been murdered, stabbed to death, if we're being specific. There was no knife. There was also a foul stench of bird for some reason, probably because there were many people that drank a lot at the restaurant. Everyone was very sad and shocked, especially Fommy. No one knew why it happened. Everyone thought the building was unsafe, so they all rushed back to the hotel across the road. Mykayla was confused, though.
It's a good thing that I'm a detective. I'll find out the murderer tomorrow.
Everyone was back at the hotel watching Scooby-Doo. Clocky Tommy was laughing his head off, and Fommy was crying in the shower.
Why did he have to go? I just married him. I loved him so much and I wish I could kill the man responsible.
Next day, while everyone was asleep, Mykayla wanted to do something.
I can't just sit here. I must investigate the crime scene right now.
So the detective work had begun.
I'll first look at the place of the crime, to the main entrance.
So she opened the main doors.
What have I found here? A set of footprints? I must follow them.
She followed them all the way to the highest level of the Skyscraper Hotel, the fanciest hotel in Adelaide.
Why is there a black cloak hanging on the cloak hanger? Who's there?
Me, bye-bye.
Oh no!
Then the cloaked figure pushed Mykayla off the skyscraper. She fell off many house awnings outside the hotel windows, but still went through them all, although they did slow descent, straight into a pile of garbage bins and a giant garbage truck. Then a flurry of knives crashed down near her, conveniently missing her by an inch, but then they disappeared mysteriously. She was okay, but she ran as fast as she could away from the scene. Fortunately, she had figured out some clues about the figure. His size shoe was 9, and his cloak was brought from Kmart from the Halloween section and was a size 22. She also saw a glimpse of the cloaked figure's face. He had a big scar.
There's only 2 people I know that were at the party in these sizes, Franklin and Franz Wigglesworth. But which one of them has a scar on their face?
Mykayla brought the 2 to the crime scene in the restaurant.
Listen, Franz Wigglesworth and Frank, get in an investigation room right now, or I'll get Old Man Joe to arrest you.
Who was Old Man Joe?
He was the man sitting next to Daniel at the wedding party.
I don't remember him.
Anyway, you 2 are the main suspects in the murder. Plead your cases.
2 started yelling and fighting with each other. Then they were both excused for the toilet. Then a couple of minutes later, the cloak came in, just when they both went to the toilet again, conveniently. And Mykayla thinks it is Frank because he still hasn't come back from the toilet, but Franz Wigglesworth hasn't come back either. The cloak went away, and Franklin came back from the toilet, but then she hears a glass breaking in the distance. And Frank seemed fully in fear because he was just stabbed in the back with what seemed to be a glass knife. Unfortunately, he had died, and Mykayla knew that it was Franz Wigglesworth. He killed Daniel and Franklin, and he had a scar, and Franz Wigglesworth started to run through the vast forest. Got him! Franz Wigglesworth was very slow, but he managed to hide in some bushes. The cops couldn't find him at first, but then a goose gave him away. Is that an agitated goose I hear? It is! Let's check those bushes over there for Franz Wigglesworth. So the cops checked the bushes and found Franz Wigglesworth and handcuffed him tight. So tight his hands turned purple and he cried out in pain. Ah! I don't care if I was caught. I managed to kill Daniel for stealing the love of my life. For me. I don't care if I did something terrible to her. Daniel stole her. I used special paint to make the knife disappear at the party too. I'll be back. You haven't seen the last of me. Franz Wigglesworth, the greatest murderer of all time. Lock 'em up, boys.
Another job well done. Franz Wigglesworth was the only one with a scar on his face. Well, I better get home and get some sleep.
Then 30 years later. You are free to go.